And we are back on Sportsman Radio. I'm your host, Chris Shanafel, and I am now joined by University of Nevada's defensive end, Brock Hekking. Thanks for joining the show, Brock. How's it going?
It's going good. Thanks for having me.
Hey, it's a pleasure. Now, let's start this interview off by talking about your football career. Brock, first things first, growing up in California, having success in high school, I know you had offers from schools including BYU and Fresno State. How did Nevada win you over?
I just really liked the intensity of the program. There was great recruiters. Barry Sachs is the guy who recruited me. He's now at Cal. But I really just liked, like I said, the intensity of the program, the work ethic, and the culture that, the University of Nevada has.
You redshirted your freshman year, and I believe you played in all 13 games during your sophomore year. Can you tell us about that first college football game that you played in?
Yeah, I can never forget it. It was at the University of Oregon, and, I messed up a little bit, I'm not going to lie. I was supposed to cover the peel route, and, he went past me thinking, the quarterback was rolling out. I was like, this is kind of like high school, I'm just going to go and try and get the sack, and sure enough, he threw it over my head, and they scored a touchdown. So after that moment, it was kind of a wake-up call. This isn't high school anymore, and I had to adapt to that college football atmosphere.
And last season, you certainly did that. You had a great year. You started all 13 games for Nevada and was fourth on the team in tackles with 75. Also brought in 8 sacks and 2 forced fumbles. Looking back, how would you describe the season yourself and the 2012 Nevada Wolfpack had last year?
I think it was a great season. Definitely our record didn't show how talented that team was. And, that wasn't on me. Our defensive line, although we were young last year, we had a lot to prove. People really doubted us in the beginning of the season. And so it was kind of a group goal to go out there and, shock the world and show them that, we're not underrated and, we're here to play.
Brock, you obviously have some talent. What is something about your game that you're really confident about, and what is something that, you feel you could work on?
I'm pretty confident in just my ability to just go. I don't like to take plays off, and I take pride in the fact that, even if the ball is 15 yards downfield, on the opposite side, I'm going to run, as fast as I can. I'm going to lay out on the back of the pool and try to make the tackle. And things that I need to work on, I feel like I might get off on the ball. Sometimes I feel like I'm trying to read things too much. And I just kind of need to learn how to pin my ears back and just go.
Most memorable play of your football career thus far is?
My first sack versus Cal last season.
All right, you can never go wrong with that. If you could compare yourself to any current player playing in the NFL today, who do you think that would be?
Kind of a combination of Jared Allen and Clay Matthews.
And would that be because, you get after the quarterback, you're a defensive end, and I got to think you compare yourself to Clay Matthews because of his intensity?
Yeah, definitely. I admire his intensity a lot.
Well, Brock, your junior year is underway. You guys are currently 1-2 after falling to the very talented Jameis Winston and Florida State. What do you think about Winston? And, I know we're still early into the season, but do you think this guy could win the Heisman Trophy?
He was a great quarterback. He moved well in the pocket. He read his reads, and I give all the credit in the world to that team. They were great. But I could definitely see him if he keeps up these performances. I can definitely see him, in the top 3 for the Heisman this year.
Hey, man, but you guys also have a very talented quarterback. I know he was out. He's been out with an injury. Cody Fajardo. What can you tell us about the overlooked quarterback? It seems like I see some Colin Kaepernick in him.
Yeah, I could say that a little bit too. He runs the ball extremely well. He's a great guy, and he's matured so much as a quarterback over this last year. He's putting time in the film room, and it's a tough loss to have him out. But I have all the faith in the world that he'll be back soon, and leading our team to victories again.
And back to you, Brock. After this season, you will be eligible to enter the NFL draft. Have you put much thought into that at all?
Not really right now. My main goal is to win a Mountain West Conference championship right now. Whatever happens, happens. I'm fully, committed to my team, and I'd like to stay through my senior year, definitely. So, we'll just see how the season plays out.
Chris Schanfeld talking with Nevada defensive end Brock Hekking. Brock, I have just a few, quick, fun, personal questions, and then I'll let you go. Does that sound all right?
Sounds good to me.
All right, Brock. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Talladega Nights.
Favorite thing to eat?
Any kind of steak.
If you're able to meet any person, any celebrity, anybody, who would that be and why?
I'd have to say Brian Bosworth, just so I can talk to him about his college days and, what really inspired him for the kind of haircut that I'm going for.
Hey, man, that's great, and I definitely have a question for you, but I'm saving the best for last, I gotta admit. Favorite thing to do in your free time?
I enjoy working out a lot. When I'm back home, we have a lake kind of close to our house, so I do a lot of wakeboarding when I'm home. It's kind of something that I've grown up on, been riding since I was about 5. So I like to do that, and like I said, mainly just work out.
All right, and last but not least, what is something about Brock Hekking that many people do not know about?
That's a tough one. People think I might be like, kind of a wild guy type of thing, but that's strictly on the field. I'm actually, not one to really go out on Friday, Saturday nights, kind of stay home, do my homework. I'm a religious dude, go to church, stuff like that. And people kind of confuse that with the haircut to think of that's like a 24/7 wild man type of thing, but that's where the business in the front, party in the back kind of comes in. Just got to let loose on the field.
And what's up with the mullet, man? That thing is awesome. How long have you had it for?
I've been growing this thing since last August.
That's awesome. That's awesome. How much recognition do you think you've gotten for it?
Surprisingly, quite a little bit. That comment from Janice kind of put the mullet on the map. It was kind of fun.
Hey, Brock, I really appreciate your time, man. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. I'm wishing you nothing but the best. You guys are welcoming Hawaii on Saturday. I'm sure it'll be a good one. Before I let you go, is there anything you'd like to plug on the air for myself and our listeners?
Just thanks for having me. It's been a great time.
All right, man. Take care and best of luck this season.
Thank you.